Imam Ali. Ali ibn Abi Talib, PBUH, was the cousin and son-in-law of the Prophet Muhammad, PBUH. Imam Ali, PBUH, was also the first man who accepted Islam. Shia, according to the prophets, will believe Ali, PBUH, is the first Imam, leaser, successor, after Prophet Muhammad, PBUH, and consider him and his descendants the rightful successors to Prophet Muhammad, all of whom are members of the Al-Bayt. This disagreement split the Ummah, Muslim community. Many sources, especially Shia ones, record that Imam Ali, PBUH, was the only person born in the sacred sanctuary of the Kaaba in Mecca, the holiest place in Islam that was built by the Prophet Abraham, PBUH, and his son Ishmael. His father was Abu Talib and his mother was Fatima bint Asad, but he was raised in the house of Prophet Muhammad, PBUH, who himself was raised by Abu Talib, Muhammad's uncle and Ali's father. When Prophet Muhammad reported receiving a divine revelation, Ali, PBUH, was the first male to accept his message and first to convert to Islam at the age of 10, dedicating his life to the cause of Islam. Imam Ali, PBUH, migrated to Medina shortly after Prophet Muhammad, PBUH, did. It was there that Prophet Muhammad told Ali, PBUH, that Allah had ordered him to give his daughter, Lady Fatima, PBUH, to Ali, PBUH, in marriage. For the 10 years that Prophet Muhammad, PBUH, led the community in Medina, Ali, PBUH, was extremely active in his service, leading parties of warriors in battles, and carrying messages and orders. Imam Ali, PBUH, took part in the early caravan raids from Mecca and later in almost all the battles fought by the nascent Muslim community. He encountered defiance and civil war during his caliphate. In 661, Imam Ali, PBUH, was attacked one morning while praying in the great mosque of Kufa, and martyred 2 days later. In Muslim culture, Imam Ali, PBUH, is respected for his courage, knowledge, belief, honesty, unbending devotion to Islam, deep loyalty to Prophet Muhammad, equal treatment of all Muslims and generosity in forgiving his defeated enemies. Imam Ali, PBUH, retains his stature as an authority on Quranic exegesis, Islamic jurisprudence and religious thought. Imam Ali's influence has been important throughout Islamic history. Birth in Mecca. Imam Ali's father, Abu Talib, was the custodian of the Kaaba and a sheikh, patriarch, of the Banu Hashim, Hashim's tribe, an important branch of the powerful Quraysh tribe. He was also the uncle of Prophet Muhammad, PBUH. Imam Ali's mother, Fatima bint Asad, also belonged to Banu Hashim, that it makes Ali, PBUH, a descendant of Ishmael, the son of Abraham, PBUH. Imam Ali, PBUH, was born inside of Kaaba in the city of Mecca, where he stayed with his mother for 3 days, according to a hadith, Prophet Muhammad, PBUH, was the first person whom Ali saw as he took the newborn in his hands and named him Ali, meaning the Exalted One. The Prophet, PBUH, had a close relationship with Ali's parents. When Muhammad, PBUH, was orphaned and later lost his grandfather Abdul Muttalib, Imam Ali's father took him into his house. Ali, PBUH, was born 2 or 3 years after Prophet Muhammad's marriage, in 569 to 578 AD, 13 Rajab. When Ali, PBUH, was 5 or 6 years old, a famine occurred in and around Mecca and affected the economic conditions of Ali's father, who had a large family to support. Thus, Prophet Muhammad, PBUH, took Ali, PBUH, into his home to raise him. Acceptance of Islam. The second period of Imam Ali's life begins in 610 when he declared Islam at age 10. When Prophet Muhammad, PBUH, reported that he had received a divine revelation, Ali, PBUH, was only about 10 years old and believed him and professed to Islam. According to many authorities, Ali, PBUH, was the first male to embrace Islam. Some historians and scholars believe Ali's conversion is not worthy enough to consider him the first male Muslim because he was a child at the time. Hence, in keeping with Imam Ali's divine mission, he accepted Islam before he took part in any pre-Islamic Meccan traditional religion rites, or polytheistic or paganistic rites. Shia believes Imam Ali, PBUH, never sullied by prostrations before idols. He was never an idol worshipper like the people of Mecca. He was known to have broken idols in the mold of Abraham, PBUH, and asked people why they worshipped something they made themselves. After declaration of Islam. For 3 years, Prophet Muhammad, PBUH, invited people to Islam in secret, and then he started inviting publicly. According to the Quran, when he was commanded to invite his closer relatives to come to Islam, he gathered the Banu Hashim clan in a ceremony. According to Al-Tabari, Ibn Athir and Abu al-Fida, Prophet Muhammad, PBUH, announced at invitational events that whoever assisted him in his invitation would become his brother, trustee, and successor. Only Ali, PBUH, who was 13 or 14 years old, stepped forward to help him. This invitation was repeated 3 times, but Ali was the only person who answered the Prophet, PBUH, in all 3 times. Upon Ali's constant and only answer to his call, Prophet Muhammad, PBUH, declared that Ali was his brother, inheritor and successor, and people must obey him. Most of the adults present were uncles of Imam Ali, PBUH, and Prophet Muhammad, PBUH, along with Abu Lahab, laughed at them and declared to Abu Talib that he must bow down to his own son, as Ali, PBUH, was now his emir. This event is known as the Hadith of Warning. During the persecution of Muslims and boycott of the Banu Hashim in Mecca, Imam Ali, PBUH, stood firmly in support of the Prophet. Migration to Medina. In 622, because of the persecution of the idolaters, the Prophet Muhammad had to migrate to Yathrib, now Medina. In the night of migration, Ali, PBUH, risked his life by sleeping in Prophet Muhammad's bed to impersonate him and thwart an assassination plot so that the Prophet, PBUH, could escape in safety. This night is called Laylat al-Mabit. According to some hadith, a verse was revealed about Imam Ali, PBUH, concerning his sacrifice on the night of Hijra, which says, "And among the people is he who sells his soul seeking the pleasure of Allah, and Allah is most kind to his servants." Surah Al-Baqarah, verse 207. Ali, PBUH, survived the plot, but risked his life again by staying in Mecca to carry out the Prophet's instructions, to restore to their owners all the goods and properties that had been entrusted to Prophet Muhammad, PBUH, for safekeeping. Ali, PBUH, then went to Medina with his mother, the Prophet's daughter, Lady Fatima, PBUH, and 2 other women. In Medina. In 623, Prophet Muhammad, PBUH, told Ali, PBUH, that Allah ordered him to give his daughter Lady Fatima Zahra to Ali, PBUH, in marriage. The Prophet said to Lady Fatima, PBUH, "I marry you to the dearest of my family to me." This family was glorified in the Quran in several cases, such as the verse of purification, Surah Azab, verse 33. They were also glorified by Prophet Muhammad, PBUH, frequently, and he declared them as his all, albeit in events such as Mubahala and Hadith, like the Hadith of the event of the cloak, Hadith Qaza. Imam Ali, PBUH, and Lady Fatima, PBUH, who was the only child of Prophet Muhammad, PBUH, to have surviving progeny, had 4 children. Their 2 sons, Hassan and Hussein, PBUT, were cited by the Prophet to be his own sons, honored numerous times in his lifetime and titled the leaders of the youth of heaven. At the beginning they were extremely poor. For several years after his marriage, Lady Fatima, PBUH, did all of the household work by herself. The shoulder on which she carried pitchers of water from the well was swollen, and the hand with which she worked the hand mill to grind corn was often covered with blisters. Lady Fatima, PBUH, vouched to take care of the household work, make dough, bake bread, and clean the house. In return, Ali, PBUH, vouched to take care of the outside work such as gathering firewood and bringing food. Their circumstances were akin to many of the Muslims at the time and only improved following the Battle of Khyber, when the wealth of Khyber was distributed among the poor. After a while, when the economic situations of the Muslims became better, Lady Fatima gained some maids but ate them like her family and performed the house duties with them. Their marriage lasted until Lady Fatima's martyrdom 10 years later. Imam Ali, PBUH, did not marry another woman while Fatima, PBUH, was alive, and his marriage to her possesses a special spiritual significance for all Muslims because it is seen as the marriage between 2 great figures surrounding the Prophet of Islam, Muhammad, PBUH. They were the happiest couples at all times. Military career. With the exception of the Battle of Tabuk, Imam Ali, PBUH, took part in all battles for Islam. Muslims never attacked to the others. All battles of Muslims were defense against the idolaters and unbelievers. As well as being the standard bearer in those battles, Ali, PBUH, led parties of warriors on raids into enemies. Imam Ali, PBUH, first distinguished himself as a warrior in 624 at the Battle of Badr. He defeated the Umayyad champion Walid ibn Utbah. According to Muslim traditions, Ali, PBUH, killed between 20 and 35 enemies in battle. Imam Ali, PBUH, was prominent at the Battle of Uhud, as well as many other battles where he wielded his famous sword known as Zulfiqar. He had the special role of protecting Prophet Muhammad, PBUH, when most of the Muslim army fled from the Battle of Uhud, and it was said, "There is no brave youth except Ali, and there is no sword which renders service except Zulfiqar." He was commander of the Muslims' army in the Battle of Khyber. Following this battle, the Prophet gave Ali, PBUH, the name Asadullah, which in Arabic means Lion of Allah. Imam Ali, PBUH, also defended the Prophet in the Battle of Hunain in 630. Missions for Islam. Prophet Muhammad, PBUH, designated Ali, PBUH, as one of the scribes who would write down the text of the Holy Quran, which had been revealed to the Prophet during the previous 2 decades. As Islam began to spread throughout Arabia, Ali, PBUH, helped establishing the Islamic order. He was instructed to write down the Treaty of Hudaybiyah, the peace treaty between Prophet Muhammad, PBUH, and the Quraysh tribe in 628. Imam Ali, PBUH, was so reliable and trustworthy that the Prophet asked him to carry the messages and declare the orders. In 630, Ali, PBUH, recited to a large gathering of pilgrims in Mecca a portion of the Quran that declared Prophet Muhammad and the Islamic community were no longer bound by agreements made earlier with Arab polytheists. During the conquest of Mecca in 630, Prophet Muhammad, PBUH, asked Ali, PBUH, to guarantee that the conquest would be bloodless. He ordered Ali, PBUH, to break all the idols worshipped by the Banu Aus, Banu Khazraj, and those in the Kaaba to purify it after its defilement by the polytheism of the pre-Islamic era. Imam Ali, PBUH, was sent to Yemen 1 year later to spread the teachings of Islam. He was also charged with settling several disputes and putting down the uprisings of various tribes. According to Hadith collections, in 631 an Arab Christian envoy from Najran, currently in northern Yemen and partly in Saudi Arabia, came to Prophet Muhammad, PBUH, to argue which of the 2 parties erred in its doctrine concerning Jesus, PBUH. After likening Jesus' miraculous birth to Adam's creation, Prophet Muhammad, PBUH, called them to mubahala, conversation, where each party should bring their knowledgeable men, women and children, and ask God to curse the lying party and their followers. Prophet Muhammad, to prove to them that he was a prophet, brought his daughter Lady Fatima, Ali and his grandchildren Hassan and Hussein, PBUT. He went to the Christians and said, "This is my family," and covered himself and his family under the shade of a cloak. According to Muslim sources, when one of the Christian monks saw their faces, he advised his companions to withdraw from mubahala for the sake of their lives and families. Thus the Christian monks vanished from the mubahala place. Qadir Qum. It was the day the Prophet Muhammad, gathered Muslims near the Qum pond, in the way back of Hajj. He was informed by God that his death is near, and also he was ordered by God to introduce Ali, PBUH, as his successor. So the Prophet lifted Ali's arm and told people, "I inform you that whomever I am his master, this Ali is his master, Mullah, then." Reign as Imam, leader. Government of Imam Ali, PBUH, extended from Egypt in the west to the Iranian highlands in the east. Imam Ali, PBUH, used from trusted aides for governors of provincial. Muawiyah and governor of the Levant, refused to submit to Imam Ali's orders. He was the only governor to do so. Imam Ali, PBUH, refrained from nepotism, including with his brother Aqil ibn Abu Talib. This was an indication to Muslims of his policy of offering equality to Muslims. Policies. What shows Imam Ali's policies and ideas of governing is his instruction to Malik Ashta, Imam Ali's closest companion, when appointed by him as governor of Egypt. This instruction, which is considered by many Muslims and even non-Muslims as the ideal constitution for Islamic governance, involved detailed description of duties and rights of the ruler and various functionaries of the state and the main classes of society at that time. Imam Ali, PBUH, wrote in his instruction to Malik Ashta, "Infuse your heart with mercy, love and kindness for your subjects. Be not in face of them a voracious animal, counting them as easy prey, for they are of two kinds, either they are your brothers in religion or your equals in creation. Error catches them unaware, deficiencies overcome them, evil deeds are committed by them intentionally and by mistake. So grant them your pardon and your forgiveness to the same extent that you hope Allah will grant you his pardon and his forgiveness. For you are above them, and he who appointed you is above you, and Allah is above him who appointed you. Allah has sought from you the fulfillment of their requirements, and he is trying you with them." Since the majority of Imam Ali's subjects were nomads and peasants, he was concerned with agriculture. He instructed to Malik to give more attention to development of the land than to the collection of the tax, because tax can only be obtained by the development of the land, and whoever demands tax without developing the land ruins the country and destroys the people. Martyrdom. Imam Ali, PBUH, martyred in 661 AD, 21 Ramadan 40 AH, in the age 63. Imam Ali, PBUH, was attacked by Ibn Muljam, he was Kharijism, while praying in the great mosque of Kufa. He was wounded by Ibn Muljam's poison-coated sword while prostrating in the morning prayer on 19th of Ramadan, then he martyred 2 days later. Imam Ali, PBUH, ordered his sons not to attack Ibn Muljam. If he survived, Ibn Muljam would be pardoned, whereas if he died, Ibn Muljam should be given only one equal hit. Imam Ali, PBUH, died a few days later on January 31, 661 CE, 21 Ramadan 40 AH. Imam Hassan, PBUH, his son and next Imam, fulfilled Qisas, equal punishment, and gave equal punishment to Ibn Muljam upon Imam Ali's martyrdom. Burial. Imam Ali, PBUH, did not want his grave to be desecrated by his enemies and consequently asked his friends and family to bury him secretly. This secret gravesite was revealed later during the Abbasid Caliphate by Imam Jafar Sadiq, PBUH, his descendant and the 6th Shia Imam. Imam Ali, PBUH, is buried at the tomb of Imam Ali, PBUH, in the Imam Ali, PBUH, mosque at what is now the city of Najaf, which grew around the shrine.